Hey guys, Demi here from Atlas Vibration Spirituality, and I am here with your Saturn retrograde in Aries to Pisces collective update. I did tell you guys that I would do a video just on Saturn and Aries, but didn't get the chance to. Unfortunately, there were some family issues going on that I had to take care of, but here we are. And essentially, we have a lot to cover today, so I'm just gonna hop right into it. And I probably will be speaking pretty fast because I only have 15 minutes, so just bear with me. Luckily, you guys can pause and take notes if you want to, but here we are. So Saturn went into Aries on May 24th of this year. It will leave Aries completely and go into Taurus on April 12th, 2028. So it's a little further down than we expected. First things first, I want to go over Saturn with you guys so that way we can understand more of what is happening. The planet Saturn rules time, dedication, hard work, consistency, responsibility, maturity, discipline, limitations, structure and order, challenges, foundation building, karma, lessons and growth, and in the esoteric and astrology aspects of this, it rules the sign of Capricorn and is an earth sign. The most important thing that I want you guys to understand about Saturn is Spirit told me is boundaries. So very, very important. So keep this in mind as we go through the rest of this video. Now, Aries rules independence, passion, sex, physical body movements, war, self-awareness, impulsivity, being direct, appearances, physical appearances. Can also rule impatience in the shadow energy. And Aries can also be, in the energy itself, can be very hard-headed. So they tend to learn lessons, and within Aries, we tend to learn lessons over and over and over again because it's such a direct energy, and it is a fire sign. It is ruled by the planet Mars. It rules the body part of the head, okay? It also rules our drive in life, our passion in life, what we essentially fight for when it comes to peace. So it's not the most mature. And so with Saturn here, it's going to be a little bit tough to figure out and mature in this area because we're probably going to be learning over and over and over again. And with this, we have Neptune conjunct Saturn all throughout this transit here with this retrograde. So I just want you guys to keep in mind that it's going to feel a little tough. It's going to be hard to understand some of the things that are going on. But these are questions that I want you to ask yourself as this transit continues through Saturn and Aries is, how do we see ourselves? What do we need to work on? How do we gain our independence from whatever it is that we are looking for, whether we are trying to break free from a grip of a place that we were never really tied down to? And what hard work do we need to put in to make ourselves aware, self-aware of what's going on in front of us? What do we need to wait for? What do we need to be done and we can't wait? What do we need to be more mature about and understanding that we need to take care of it immediately if it needs to be taken care of immediately? If it can wait, and it's not that serious, right? And the biggest thing too is, who are we as individuals? Aries is all about this individual part of ourselves, of just us. There is nobody else when it comes to this energy, and that's why a lot of people get caught up in the selfishness side of this, because Aries can be a very, very selfish energy if we step into that shadow energy along with the impulsivity or not taking enough action. And essentially, what are we fighting for when it comes to peace? Because this sign rules war. So we are fighting for peace. So what purpose are you living for? And what is it that gets you going? And essentially what the society tells us, and the top elites and the whatever we believe that runs this earth, They know that the war starts with ourselves. So this is what they have created. This is why we are on this healing journey within ourselves, because we are at war with ourselves. So it causes issues in our outer realities. And that's where this starts. It starts with us, just us, nobody else, because its opposite sign is Libra. And that rules our one-to-one relationships and romantic relationships. And this is where we learn the most, is through our romantic relationships. And those of you that know me personally just know a little bit about my love life. Sometimes I go out and purposely date people every once in a while to see where I'm at on my healing journey and what I need to change to make sure I have the right partner. So, how this would appear in your 4D reality. So, as an example, you may want to change your appearance. You may not like how you look. You may decide, I may need to change, like maybe fix my weight. Maybe I need to start working out a little bit more. Once again, Aries rules physical body movements. So maybe I need to start doing a little bit more yoga. Maybe situations are coming up in your life where you want to be more aware of what's going on. So you're seeing from your relationships that something's wrong and that you need to change something within you. And this could be somebody betrays you. Okay, well, do you betray yourself? What is it that you were fighting for within peace for you in your life? So these are scenarios that you are seeing when it comes to how can I be more mature in this area? How can I maybe see that my reality is happening around me, but I need to be more present? And maybe I want this, maybe I want to change my physical appearance, but maybe I gotta wait for a surgery date. Maybe I need to realize that this isn't a serious problem and I need to love myself for who I am and how I do look, depending on what you're asking for. So, even for me, this is happening in my 7th house. It happens for everybody in a certain area of life. I'm seeing that I need to be more self-aware in my relationships when it comes to setting boundaries. Seeing that people are setting boundaries with me, and I need to be a little bit more aware of that. Seeing that I need to put in more effort and time into my relationships to get something back because of that Libra energy. So it just depends on where it's happening for you. And seeing this and how it works. Now, I got a couple minutes left. I'm going to kind of rush through this a little bit. But Saturn retrograde from Aries to Pisces. This has been retrograde since January 13th at 1 degrees of Aries. On September 1st, Saturn will travel back into Pisces. This retrograde ends on November 27th in Pisces at 25 degrees. Like I said, Neptune will be conjunct this whole time. So there's going to be illusions coming down about ourselves, taking on and learning and growing to find a higher vibrational feeling of love. So don't get stuck in these lower vibrational energies of being selfish, of being so arrogant and so impulsive that you move back into slipping into these illusions. Take the higher vibrations of Aries and Pisces, being in a state of unconditional love, doing it out of love, being so self-aware and where you're at and understanding who you are. Now, this will take time, but like I said, it's going to be difficult because the illusions are going to come down. We're going to step back into Pisces, which rules the signs of, the element is water, planet is Neptune, the constellation is the fish. It rules our dreams, sleep, drugs, intuition, the afterlife, beyond the veil, and things of what we can see. Art, our soul and its experience, unconditional love, spirituality, and the deepness of life, and also the ending of cycles. Now, take this as however you may. I've said this in the last few videos that I've put out. Pisces is the ending of a cycle. So you were reviewing not only everything that we are talking about in Aries, but there are certain aspects of your life that need to come to an end. And this is the ending of the old us. Ask yourself, what has changed? Who are we now? And what still needs to be addressed? What can you do to make that change? Feel that change. Do it on a soul level. Understand your soul. So as you move through into this transit, or in this transit, I should say, and as we move back into Aries, coming at the end of 2025 into early 2026, you can birth this new creation and this new you, and understanding that your soul, there's certain patterns and deep cycles of maybe karma that needs to be sorted out. So we're wrapping things up again to be reborn into something new, and understanding that we need to be either learning self-awareness and being more present within our spiritual selves, our soul, setting more boundaries, becoming who we are, and letting go of those deep things in life that have a really maybe bad grip on us. And Spirit's even coming in and saying sometimes that there's endings with us that we may not want to see end, but it's for the best and it's trying to bring us to where we want to be. Where do we need to mature? Especially bringing in this new life. And the best thing I can give you, I actually got done a little bit earlier than I thought, but what I can share with you guys is my Saturn return ended, and it will go back into, obviously, Pisces. That's where it's at. Mine's at 12 degrees. And the things that I am wrapping up, depending on where it is in your life, is mine's in my house of daily routines and health, where Pisces is. And I'm seeing that I still, last things that I need to clear up, right? So how I think on a daily basis, because it's my 6th house. How I set boundaries with people in my daily routines, my eating habits, how I do my work, my coworkers. I'm still seeing that I need to set boundaries with coworkers, and I need to wrap it up in understanding that, you know, my coworkers are my coworkers, they're not my friends when I'm at work. And seeing that there are certain aspects of I do need to set boundaries with people and mature in that, and realizing I need to go to sleep at the right time. I need to take care of my health at the right time. And the thing is, too, that I didn't make a video yet, which I probably should, but the nodes are in Pisces as well. So I'm moving and dealing with health issues. And those of you that know me personally do know that I've been dealing with health issues for a very long time. So whether it's my allergies or other things, I need to do what's best for me and be mature and take care of it. And then going into Aries and seeing those relationships and everything, keep in mind that the wheel, when you move through signs, whether it's from Aries to Taurus, from Gemini to whatever, it doesn't matter. So in this case, for me, I have everything from my 1st house all the way up to my 6th house going into with Saturn and Aries in my 7th house. I need to take everything that I have learned in these cycles of Saturn moves through my chart, and so does everybody else, that this is, I have to take these lessons and embody this into what I'm doing now. So now, from what I've told you, my health, my this, my that, whatever, relationships with the coworkers, and putting people where they belong, and understanding that relationship, and having those structured daily lives in my routines. Now, because I've gotten through that and am like reviewing it, clearing out, doing whatever I need to do on a cosmic level, on a soul level, into my reality, I can now say in my one-to-one relationships that I've matured and understand that I need to be around people that understand my allergies, and I need to set those boundaries. Now, I need to understand that I want to be around people who maybe don't have animals. Now I need to realize I need a partner that understands that I have allergies and I can't go outside and do a lot of things no matter what. And Pisces rules drugs, so a lot of you know I've taken allergy medication every day. So setting those boundaries with not doping myself up on medication. So I can't be with somebody, or learning that I can't be with somebody who's going to bring me down a rabbit hole of, you know, not having those boundaries, and maybe, you know, being pursuant and trying to disassociate. I need somebody who's, once again, more self-aware. So this is where I take that and put that into my one-to-one relationships. It just depends on where it's at in your chart. So these are the examples that I want you guys to follow as you're moving through. If you guys aren't sure about where this is in your chart, please feel free to book a birth chart reading with me. Bring the time of your birth from your birth certificate, and I can look at your chart and look into that, and you could book that with me, okay? But essentially, this is where we need to take the cycles of the ending to begin in the new, and hopefully my examples gave you the best way to navigate through this. Navigate through your emotions, how you feel, starting with your soul, seeing who you are and the flame of who you are within your independence, and what you bring to the table, so that way your one-to-one relationships can be great, having that self-awareness, being birthed into something new. Okay? So I hope that this resonated for you, and until next time, my friends, namaste.